Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my video and to um, subscribe to my channel as well as follow me on Instagram. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your support. Thank you for just your community and for sharing your time and space with me here. So we're going to go ahead right into the reading, and I wanted to get some insight into the inner child and their feelings of loneliness and pain. If we can get some insight into where this is coming from, what is it stemming from, what can we learn from that? So I'm just going to give this deck a quick shuffle, because again, I do shuffle all of the decks prior to the reading. So let's go ahead and pull a card on, okay, it's not coming out, as to where this pain and loneliness is stemming from. Okay, so this card is transmission, spreading of conditions, influence, and impact. So I'm really getting the sense of this energy from this card of there are two females here, and that's not to say that this only applies to females. This applies to all children, all inner children, all people. We're all humans on this planet, so it doesn't really matter the gender. But there's two people in this picture, and what I'm getting is comparison. Usually when we have two things, we compare one to the other. And so I'm getting from this is that your inner child is experiencing pain from being compared to other people, compared to their level of success or what they look like, or their maybe their health, their state of health, maybe the type of family, maybe the type of background, the type of job. I'm getting that in this card, your inner child is experiencing much pain due to the fact that they're being compared to. So in a sense, like they're being judged for all these things, and that it's having a great impact on your inner child. Your inner child, all they want is to feel acceptance. And in this society that has dominated for much of time, we have lived in this era where what you look like or what you have makes yourself worthy. And so I'm getting from this is that it's really having an effect on your inner child, because your inner child constantly compares him or herself to others outside of themselves, compares themselves on an ongoing basis to people that you see every day. And sometimes what we do is we base our value on how we measure up to other people. So I'm getting from these two, because there's two, and you kind of notice the differences, and then you kind of measure up which one is better, which one is worse. And we can't help but think that way, or we're conditioned to think that way, because that's what society has kind of grown into with, social media, even with, what society has deemed important to life. And so this impact is really having an effect on your inner child, because your inner child doesn't feel like they measure up. Your inner child's not feeling like they are worthy if they don't look like someone, or if they don't dress like someone, or if they don't have what someone else has, if they don't have material things, and they feel like they don't measure up. So that's what I'm really getting. And this is what your inner child is constantly being faced with on a daily basis. And after a while, it wears down on the inner child and causes so much pain. So let's get some clarity on this, being compared to this impact, this influence that your inner child is experiencing. So I'm just going to place this card here so it doesn't keep moving around. So let's get some clarity, some more insight on, this pain of being criticized and being compared to, not measuring up. Let's get another card. Okay, these two literally jumped out. So follow your dreams and vacation. So I'm really getting from this card that when our inner child is in this energy of pain and loneliness because they feel like they don't measure up, when you go back to your childhood and think about what you wanted to do, what were your dreams of as a child? Was it, having a lot of friends? Was it seeing new and different places? Was it being in nature? Was it, being by yourself and just doing activities in quiet? Was it being out with a lot of people? Was it dancing? Like any of those memories or questions that trigger something for your inner child can really help determine what your inner child wanted to do when you were younger. So connecting to your inner child, that really helps to connect to your inner child. And you'll see here that your inner child, these three here are representing the inner child, are speaking to you, and they speak to you in dreams. They whisper to you at night when you're asleep, and they want to communicate to you. And so when you are open to that communication, they're really able to tell you what they wanted to do and what those dreams were. And so it's really important to help heal this pain of, not measuring up, of comparing, being compared to others. There's pain there, and part of healing that pain is to follow your inner child's dreams and what they wanted to do and what made them happy. So this is vacation. So your inner child needs a break from the pressures of society, and maybe it's on social media when your inner child, when you're going through your social media and your inner child reacts to things that he or she sees on social media and then compares him or herself. So I'm getting from this card that your inner child needs a vacation from that. Sometimes you may need a break from social media, because what it does is it doesn't make your inner child feel good about him or herself. And taking a break from that, going within to find out what he or she wants, is what is really needed at this time. So let's get another card regarding this energy of what's been causing your inner child pain. Okay, think about it. So in this picture, the angel is by herself. So sometimes, because this card came up in with this card, sometimes you need a break to be alone so that you can hear the messages from your inner child, so that you can hear the messages. And also, again, it's, to take that break from the pressures of, social media, of like peer pressure from friends, even from coworkers, from colleagues or peers or people in your circle. Sometimes you just need to take a break from that, because being in those situations and circumstances, it happens almost like automatically that we measure ourselves to the people that surround us. So when you are in this kind of space, kind of like in this, maybe it's a void or just in this blank white space, you have a chance to think about it, to think about what your dreams were. What did your inner child want to do? And sometimes when we don't remember, it comes back to us in our dreams. It comes back to us when we're alone. And so we can really ease this pressure of constantly having to compare yourself to others. We just need the break. And this is why this card has come up, because your inner child feels this pain and feels this separation. And these are the indicators that, of what's happening and the energies that your inner child is feeling. So let's get a card for what can we do? What else can we do? Let's get some more insight. For what the inner child is experiencing, this pain and this loneliness. What can we do? Meditation. And you'll probably have been hearing this word a lot more now than before, because a lot of people are really recognizing the benefits that this has, not just on the physical body, but on your mental state of being, on your mental health, on your emotional health, on your physical health. Meditation helps all levels, and not just those three: mental, physical, and emotional, but also the spiritual. It connects us to our spiritual self, which a lot of activities out there don't really put us in connection with our spiritual self. So meditation is the perfect way to be at peace and harmony on all four levels. So the best way to kind of release yourself from this energy and to come into oneness alone, to hear what your inner child wants to say to you, to remember what your childhood dreams were, to take a break, is to meditate. So meditate, even for at the beginning, if you're just getting used to it, even practicing 5 minutes a day greatly enhances your well-being on all four levels. Again, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So we are being guided to doing this so that we can release this energy that your inner child may be stuck in. Okay. So let's get some more messages from our inner child. Where else is this loneliness and heartache and pain stemming from? And on the twin flame journey, you may have in the past gone through like this dark night of the soul where you feel this intense pain of loneliness, and as if you're longing for your twin flame, for your soulmate, for something out there outside of yourself. And if you've experienced this, there is a reason why you feel that way, and there's a reason why you are in that space. So having this reading gives us insight into why. Okay, so first one we have is nobility, honor, high standards, idealistic. So again, this is, I'm getting, ties in with this card, really tying into that energy of that 3D reality where we are watching on social media or on, in movies, in TV shows, kind of like this celebrity kind of feel where we hold an ideal of what it is to be successful. And we look and we have these high standards of how we are supposed to be in the world. And so when we compare ourselves to these ideals and we fall short, that's where a lot of pain comes from, because it's, telling ourselves that we're not good enough. So let's get some insight on this card of having high standards, of, again, comparing ourselves to something outside of ourselves, causing there to be pain and sorrow and loneliness for the inner child. Let's get another card for some insight. Woo! We got a bunch here. Crystals flying. Okay. So we have, you are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. So at the beginning of pulling this card, when I was talking about the dark night of the soul, sometimes experiencing that puts your inner child into this fear of, they don't know what's going on. They don't know why they feel this way. And so your inner child has fear because they fear the unknown. They fear that they don't know what they're experiencing. They don't know why they feel this intense pain, this separation, this loneliness, this emptiness, this darkness. So this is a message from the universe, from spirit, saying you are protected and that your inner child is safe. And when you know that you are safe, you can then reassure your inner child that your inner child is safe. And that will help you as the parent also overcome any fears that you may be feeling with these energies. And this says, Serena, I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. So this, I find, even really ties into this card of having high standards of living, of having these idealistic lifestyles that sometimes we look outside and we see others, we see celebrity, we see people that are famous, and we look to them. And this is a message from the universe and from spirit that you are being taken care of. You are going to receive everything that you desire. We just have to open ourselves up, as the angel has her arms open, and we can receive. So know that all your needs and all your dreams and wishes are possible. And once you believe that, you can then help your inner child, reassure them that they are worthy, that they do deserve the very best in life, and that they don't have to compare themselves anymore to anyone or anything outside themselves. And this angel is Sonia. I bring you a message from your deceased loved one. I am happy, at peace, and I love you very much. Please don't worry about me. So I'm getting that there's a lot of pain here from the inner child, especially if there are those of you who have experienced a parent that has passed away, either your mother or your father, or a grandparent, or guardian, or even if you've experienced separation from your parent, that this is a message to you that the reason that you were separated or their passing is not your fault, and they really want you to know that they're happy so that you can move on and be happy and not to feel any guilt or not to feel any sorrow, so that you can be happy and not to worry anymore. So this is I feel that there's some of you out there who are experiencing this pain of loss from the loss of a parent or a grandparent or someone that took care of them that they are very close to, that not to worry because they're happy and they are an angel watching over you and they only want the best for you. So not to worry about them, that just to take good care of yourself. Okay, so let's pick another card regarding this energy of standards and idealistic. Okay, so I'm getting from this card that your inner child is going through this energy of pain and sorrow because they want to have this like honeymoon with your the person that you want to be with, or that you're with, or that your romantic partner. You want to have this honeymoon time together, which is quite understandable because you just want to feel this connection. You want to feel their presence. You want to be present with the two of you. So there's two people here. There's an angel that is watching over them. So your inner child, this is reflected in your inner child because your inner child is looking to have this connection and this holiday time for just the two of you. And once your inner child feels this, then it will manifest in the outer realm, and you will have this honeymoon, this alone time, this bliss time together with your significant partner, whether that's your romantic partner, your soulmate karmic partner, or your twin flame. Once this time and energy and attention is shared with your inner child, this will help to heal your connection, therefore healing your romantic connection. Heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Right away, I got the message that there may be one of you in your romantic relationship where that is kind of closed off to heart-to-heart conversations, or just may be unavailable to not want these conversations, to not discuss feelings. So this could be either one of you, and this could also be if you are separated from your loved one or your divine partner, that there is no communication happening. And that is clearly being reflected in your romantic relationship because there is no communication, there is no heart-to-heart conversations allowing your inner child to say how he or she feels. And again, when this connection is established with your inner child, communication with your partner will open up. The lines of communication will open up so that you can have these heart-to-heart conversations to discuss how you truly feel. But if there is a block there in any way, how that is manifesting in your reality is because it is closed off within your inner child as well. So let's get a card to see how we can heal this energy. So when we accept our inner child, when we look in the mirror and we say to ourselves, like, we don't judge ourselves, we don't compare ourselves to anyone else, when we accept ourselves for everything that we are, whether we think it's good or bad, because in reality there is no good or bad, there just is what is in front of us or what we experience for the learning, for our soul's evolution and growth. When we can accept ourselves, when we can accept all of our flaws and all of our darkness, and we can accept our inner child and all the feelings that your inner child carries, then we can really let go of the sadness and the sorrow and the loneliness that is being felt within the inner child. And again, nature. This is so important to the inner child, because within nature, like, even if you connect to your pets, you feel automatically that your heart just melts and your heart just opens up to your pet, and it just dissolves any harsh feelings. The presence of your pet just melts that energy away. And that same thing happens is when you are outside in nature, when your feet are touching the grass, walking on that cool grass, walking on the beach, walking in the water, being in the sun underneath the trees, feeling the breeze, hearing the birds, your inner child heals. So the more time you can spend in nature, the more that all of this just dissolves. All of this pain and sorrow and loneliness completely dissolves. Okay, so the next card that came up is Resurrection, come back. And this card frequently comes up, and I'm getting, because your inner child is focusing on you coming back. This is your inner child saying, please come back. Please come back. So let's get some more clarity on what your inner child is experiencing. And I'm getting that possibly the reason for this pain and sorrow is because they are missing someone in their life, in your life, and they want them to come back. But really, in essence, it's you that they want you to come back. Magic of nature. So they want you to come back, and they want you to spend time in nature, because there the feelings of freedom, the feelings of mystical and magic come back automatically. The light shines upon them, and they all automatically feel relief and comfort, because we are of nature, and when we are in nature, we feel at home. So your inner child wants you to come back and wants you to connect with them in nature, because that's how they feel really happy, when they are in tune with nature. The magic of nature makes your inner child remember and believe the magic within themselves. get another card. Okay, so spiritual growth. Your inner child is in touch, is aware of the energies of your spiritual growth, of your spiritual journey. Your inner child understands and accepts what they feel when you are undergoing this transformation. When you're in nature, it opens them up to trust in what they are feeling because they feel at home. So they want you to come back and they feel this energy of love, in your spiritual growth. So keep on your journey, keep transforming, keep transmuting, keep this love energy open because it's really impacting your inner child in such a positive way. Like you just get such a good feeling from seeing that sunlight hitting, your inner child. Such a beautiful feeling there. This is such comfort. This is, that divine feminine side of you that is connecting to nature, feeling at one, feeling in harmony. This is the feelings of healing that your inner child is connecting to with you on your spiritual journey, on your spiritual path. Transience. So the more you open up to these energies of healing and of growth, it greatly affects your inner child. I'm getting like relief and comfort, and they just don't know what it is, but they just feel so much better. They feel so much better. It's beautiful. Such a beautiful story here for you and your inner child. And again, it doesn't mean you have to be feminine or the divine feminine. This is definitely for everyone. For everyone. This is about all of us. This is the story of all of us. And for those of you who are embodying the male, the masculine, sorry, not the male, the masculine energy, this is your, this still applies to you. This is the your feminine side because we embody both feminine and masculine. So this applies to all of us. So beautiful. So very, very beautiful. And we have our last card, courtesy, good manners, polite. I'm getting, see these treats here that your inner child is feeling this wanting to be indulged with all the physical cravings. So let's get some more insight to what this card means. Okay, your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. So this is cute because if you'll notice all of the snacks, it says here, well cared for. When your inner child feels like they crave something, like say sweets or chocolate or anything, and you provide that for your inner child feels happy and well cared for. They feel that you are paying attention to what they need. And of course, there are always the issues of health and, proper diet. And, a lot of people kind of maybe might not agree with that, but what I'm getting is that when we satisfy the needs of our inner child, that child is happy and healthy. And of course, everything in moderation. So I'm not saying to like spoil the, the inner child, to just let it eat whatever it wants, but just sometimes they crave these food is because they crave your attention. They crave this food because they're not receiving the love and attention from you. Let's get another card. Woo! Too many. Could be here all day, all night. Okay, we got 2 here. Honoring your true feelings. Laughter. Okay. So, when we are honoring how our inner child feels, and that could be, your inner child feeling tired, so you go lie down and you have a nap. When your inner child feels like they are irritable, it could be that they're hungry. It could be that, they're cold. It could be that they're too warm. When you're honoring how your inner child feels, just like with any little baby, when you listen and take care of those needs, like when a little baby is crying and they're cold, you put a blanket on them and you soothe them and you rock them so that they feel better. Those are the kinds of ways that we have to care for our inner child. So honor how your inner child is feeling when they're grumpy, when they're hangry and they need to eat, when they're feeling sad, when they're feeling lonely. They just need your attention. They just need you to be there and to honor how they feel. Your inner child wants to have fun and wants to laugh with you. So sometimes we don't have enough laughter in our lives. And, sometimes when that is missing, it really makes your inner child feel alone and kind of in the dark. So maybe you can watch a funny movie or, just be with friends and be silly. Laughter is so important for the well-being of our inner child. Let's get another card. Okay, so what can we do about this pain and loneliness so that it is now behind us? Answered prayer. Oh, this is so beautiful. So beautiful. So at the beginning of the reading, we wanted to find out and, get some clarity into why we are feeling alone and sad and why our inner child is feeling this way. So this is the message from the universe, from spirit, from the angels, saying that your questions have been answered, and the healing that you want for these feelings, your prayer has been answered. So all of these energies that your inner child was experiencing, the healing that was necessary has been answered. So all of this, comparing oneself to other people, of, having this idealistic way of how we should be and how we should live, of wanting to, have our inner adult or our parent come back to us and to spend time with us and be in nature, for honoring how we feel and, satisfying our needs as a child. All of these things are now being answered. They are now being healed with the energies that are now upon the earth that are now the energies of what is happening and the transformation of the planet. So we are all going through this growth. We are all going through this awakening. And so this is a perfect card to end the reading, because everything that you want, transformation, all the blessings, all the healing, that, you know, this energy that we've been holding is now going to be a part of the past. So all of that pain, sorrow, loss, heartache is now a part of the past. All the energies that are out there are now healing this. And so to really, it's your prayers being answered. Such a beautiful card to just end off the reading. So I hope you all enjoyed this reading. I hope it helped you to feel comfort and feel that you are not alone, and that things are getting better, that what you are feeling, this pain and sorrow and loss and, you know, inability to sleep, that they're all being healed. And all you have to do is ask the universe for help, ask the angels for help, ask your loved ones who have passed into spirit, ask them for help, and they're always, always, always there. So thank you all so much for joining me and for watching my video. Thank you so much for all your support, for showing all your love and encouragement, for subscribing to my channel, for liking my videos, and for following and liking my stuff on Instagram. It feels so wonderful to have all of your support and to be with you together as one on this journey. So again, thank you so much, and until our next reading, I'm wishing you all so much love and peace.